Gotta move the shoulders. Oh my god. You freaking kidding me? That's all I'm gonna say the whole podcast. I'm just gonna play this song for 30 minutes. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh. My god. OMG, that's Wet Summer by E-Live. Are you kidding me or what, guy? I asked him, hey, can I use the song? I'm about to jump out of the car. I'm so excited. I feel like a kid again, guy. I feel like I'm hanging out with Molly, if you catch my drift. And he goes, yeah, sure, play on your podcast? Yeah, you got a lot of listeners? Uh, you got a lot of... what's your YouTube link? I was like, I'd rather not share. How many viewers did you get on the last episode? 100,000? No, one. I don't know what happened last week, but we got no listeners. But I want to play something funny I heard in a video earlier today. Take a listen.
I got good news and bad news. Good news is I could do this all night long. Bad news is I could do this all night long.
That was my parents. Hope I have a brother. I'll have a sister too. What the hell? No, that was a pornographic video I watched earlier. Sunday with the family. And the guy cracks a joke in the middle of it. I don't know if you heard him, but he sounds like a hick. Listen to this guy again. Oh god, I lost the audio. How to delete it? When you're a married guy and you got weird stuff like that, you gotta delete it right away because if they find it, see ya, sayonara. I'm dating an Amazon driver now. Yeah, have you seen these drivers? They look like amateur porn stars, tall, black, and handsome. Get the hell out of here. I'm not racist. I just don't want my wife to get any ideas. No, I will say this. If it was a white, tall Amazon driver that's handsome, get out of here. Give me those post office workers. Have you seen those people? They got varicose veins, floppy tattoos. They're like permanently sunburned. Their skin looks like leather. I want that person dropping off packages at my house. No Magic Mike, no Shannon Sharp. Get the hell out of here. Give me a lady that looks like she lives under the overpass, but got a daytime job. We're here. We're live. We're live on Twitch. Find Midnight in the Bay podcast on Twitch right now. I'll figure out the video sometime, guy. But guess what? Mary Jane, IPA, JBL, they got in my head. I couldn't figure it out. I'm like a young old guy. I'm horrible with technology. And it's embarrassing because I'm a millennial. I should be good at it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of pressure to be good with technology as a millennial. If you're not, they're like looking at you like, we want to call you a word, but we can't say it. I'm like, thank God. I heard that name enough from my parents and football coach, which, by the way, I just got a personal trainer trying to lose the LBs because I want to have sex more often. I feel like if I looked better, I would feel better, and get better. But gonna lose the weight for vanity reasons and want to be in a Calvin Klein commercial. Did you see that guy, the cook guy from the Bear? Jesus Christ. I had to put my hand over my wife's eyes when that ad came up, which, by the way, we got off of, cable internet, Comcast, and we just did the apps because we didn't want to deal with commercials. Have you been on an app lately? Even Amazon, we spent $140 a year. I think now it's $180. Thanks, guy. Like, you don't have enough money. You like getting screwed? How about harder? Thanks, Amazon. My ass hurts now. They added ads. And if you don't want them, you got to pay extra now. We went from no ads, this is the future of TV, they're releasing all this series in one piece, to now they're hardly releasing series. You got to wait every week, and they're adding commercials. I think some old guy said, hey, idiots, You're giving people too much free shit. They're enjoying themselves too much. You got $500 billion. You want $100,000 trillion? Add the ads back. Make it like feel like it's the fucking 90s again. Now, I will say it's not like 5 minutes of ads like the early 2000s. Remember that? You could go make a sandwich, use the bathroom, finger the neighbor, and come back, and the show still is got during the commercials either, too, kids. God, you had to stare at the wall or talk to your family. It was horrible. Now it's like a minute 30 ads, but I'm so spoiled with the no ads before. Now I got to do with the ads, and oh gosh, it's a horrible time to be alive, folks. That's my point. Groundhog's Day was the other day, and the groundhog saw his penis for the first time. So I think that means we're gonna have 4 more months of winter. It's like it's small. It's gonna be cold for a while. Give him a check. Clip. This is a true story. Bought non-alcoholic beer for my dad because if he drank alcohol, he'd beat the shit out of me. They carded me. No alcohol in it. The lady asked, "Hey, can I see your ID?" And you gotta pay with Apple Pay. There's no cash allowed. Don't even think about busting out coins. Which, by the way, you ever pay for something with coins? Only homeless people do that. You know, I bought some beers the other day with some quarters. I was like, I feel like I live under a middle school right now. This is horrible. This is disgusting. Never doing this again in public. Only at night. Do it at night. Don't do it in the morning. People look at you when they're getting coffee. This guy's got issues. But non-alcoholic beer, and they carded me. Are you kidding me, guy? Hey, lady, you on drugs? Oh yeah, you work at Safeway. You probably are. I like this job. Oh, really? You like ringing up food? I talked to someone. Hey, what'd you do before this? Oh, I worked at Safeway for 20 years. I loved it. Why aren't you doing it? No, it was great. Have you ever seen cashiers that work at grocery stores that got bandages on their hands, their bodies racked up with back braces and leg braces and face braces? You know, like people look like they've been through war. You know, like, are you a veteran, Susan? Geez, you're you know, yeah, my hand hurts. I've been ringing food for 30 years, going like this, dent, dent. Yeah, I know what you mean. My wrist hurts sometimes and forearm. But I don't see how you would like that job. I actually worked at a grocery store when I was younger. And let me tell you, it's embarrassing when the guy with Velcro gets Employee of the Month. I never got it. I was the only person that bagged up food that, you know, wasn't picked up from by their mom. Oh, it was embarrassing. My manager was 16. You know, he's like, come on, not better. I'm like, his balls haven't even dropped yet. I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Thank God I stole alcohol to cope with it. You know, if you're gonna steal anything, wear a pea coat. Thank God for the Navy. You know, you can hide a lot of bottles in there. I thought it was cool too. I was stealing alcohol every night and then watching The Sopranos at night. Hey, I'm like a gangster. I told you guys, and then I went on track. ADD, thank you. I got a personal trainer, and the guy's training me, and it's not motivating. He's like, "Come on, why aren't you going?" I'm like, you know, the only time I was motivated was with my high school football coach. I was scared to death of. You know, can you talk like him? Can you say some of the stuff he said? He's like, "What did he say?" I'm like, "Oh, here he goes," and I just whispered in his ear, and then I'm out there on the ground in front of everyone, right there in the middle of the gym, and this personal trainer's yelling homophobic slurs, you know, talking about my mom, you know, questioning my sexuality. And let me tell you, I had one of the best workouts that I've had since I was 18. It was amazing. I think that guy, God bless America. God bless gyms. Get in shape. Go nowhere with this joke. My Asian friend, shit, I fucked this up. My friend, forget he's Asian. No, my Asian friend, he was complaining to me about an Asian driver that was driving slow. This guy is one of the most American Asian guys I've ever met. But I told him, look in the mirror, all right? You can't be mad at him. But no, this guy is more American than me. He wears a red hat. He flips off Indian people. I'm like, you sure you're Asian? I think you're wearing a mask right now. This is crazy. He's telling me to vote. He's wearing an elk hat. I'm questioning where he was at in January a couple of years ago. This guy's always talking about immigration and you know, only eats vanilla ice cream. He hates chocolate ice cream, if you know what I mean. Like, this guy is so American. I hate him though. He's annoying and he's a prick about a lot of things. You know, you gotta love everyone. You gotta love everyone. You do. You really do. Honestly, I love every race. Now, there's assholes in each race that you're not gonna like. You know, like that's why when I drive, I treat everyone equal. I flip off everyone. You know, black, white, Chinese, Americanese. You know. Grandma sent us a Christmas card. It's February. That's how you know she's getting old. Grandma, I think it's time to lay rest. This is embarrassing. Also, you forgot the check. This is the first year I didn't get a check from Grandma. I needed that 100. I owe a bucky money. I saw on my wife's phone porn. I got nervous. Then I was relieved when I saw on the website name Chubby Bald Fat Guy with a Loud Mouths.com. I would have been worried it was hot Latino guy with hanging out with BBC friends. I feel less guilty when I watch porn when it's like overweight, varicose vein looking people. You know what I mean? Like, this is relatable. This is like my life. You got any porn with the guy with a gross birthmark on his back? Because that will make me feel less guilty. When I feel more guilty when I watch really hot people have sex. I'm like, this is wrong. I'm cheating, you know? Why do women want to get to know you before hooking up? Right? Us men, we don't care. We don't even need to look at your face. It's embarrassing. I know. We're horrible. We're horrible creatures. But women, they really, can we talk? You know? I talked to the wife for a month before anything happened. It was a long month. We go, yeah, my favorite flower is the Adelines too. And Miss Princess Diana, that was a tragedy. Anyways, can we suck? Oh my god. I think, you know what it is? I think we have just the balls and they don't. And those balls make you do crazy. They don't like let you think, you know what I mean? They block their thinking, they just want you to act, you know. That's why we're better athletes. I was sitting next to my son as he was playing video games yesterday. And on the PlayStation 5, you can hear his friends talk. There's a mic in the controller, which I kind of like, because now I can hear what the friends are saying. You know, I gotta make sure he's not hanging out with QAnon conspirators. Not educated. And his friend goes, hey, can I tell you something? And you promise not to tell anyone or even tell your parents? And I'm like, oh God. My son looks at me like, oh no, here we go. What's the bombshell? I got a haircut. We were both shocked. Like, what? That was a hell of a misdirect, kid, because I was ready to cut the internet, you know, break the PlayStation, call your parents. I was locked and loaded, ready to go, speed dial, and dropping the haircut thing. It kind of hurt my feelings though, because he knows I can't get a haircut. Did you guys see the show American Nightmare on Netflix? Let me tell you, freaked me out. I usually like watching comedies, Rush Hour, all three. I love them. Don't ever touch a black man's radio. I love that shit, you know? I like funny stuff. Frasier, The Dog, Seinfeld, the Jewish humor, you know? I love it. American Nightmare. Someone told me, you gotta watch this. All right, I'll watch a documentary about kidnapping and rape. Yeah, I'm blown away by people that are into this stuff and watch it constantly. Yes, I've learned all about the serial killers and I love watching rapists. I'm like, maybe we shouldn't be friends. By the way, why are you sniffing my wife's underwear? You know, it's weird. I can only watch these once in a while because you hear this weird stuff and you watch it with Mary Jane and now you're paranoid. Like, am I gonna get, molested by a crazy dude? But let me tell you, the show is great. Spoiler alert, I'm just going to tell you, blown away by it. 3 episodes. The first part, you watch it, and it's about this lady who gets kidnapped right? In the middle of the night, drugged. Her boyfriend's in the room. He's seeing everything. He gets drugged, and they put goggles on her, headphones. They take her away, and no one believes the boyfriend, right? They're looking in the marsh. They're yelling at him in the interrogation room. What you doing with her body? What are you telling me? Guys showed up in wetsuits and kidnapped? Are you crazy? And you're believing it too. You're like, yeah, who would? Why would they know her name? Turns out the guy who didn't do it, there was a guy, Creep B, and the guy was a lawyer, you know. But sometimes they show a picture of crazy people, and you could just see like a twinkle in their eye. And the guy was off. But let me tell you, it was a great series. You got to watch it if you have it. If you have, I know you're trying to forget about it because it's so creepy. I had all the blinds closed. I slept in the bathroom. I had to watch cartoons after that. I was like, this is freaky. This is crazy. Now, the benefit of being a chubby, bald, fat dude is no one's trying to rape or murder me. It's pretty ladies are usually the victims. So, people get jealous. Lizzo, I don't need to be Jennifer Lopez. I'm beautiful. These people get mad. You don't need to, because these are the ones. Women are targets. I feel bad for them. It's kind of a hard life. Everyone wants to bang you, right? You almost have to be a recluse if you're a hot lady, but you're hot, so you don't want to be. It's probably dangerous. If I was a hot lady, I'd have 10 roommates, bodyguards, a couple gats. Those are guns, Mom. If you don't know what that means, I hope she doesn't watch this show. If I was a hot chick, I would know jujitsu, karate, feng shui. I would learn all of the combat sports, UFC, boxing, face slapping, all of them. Really. So if any hot ladies watch the show, which let's be honest. Oh man, I did a show last night. Yeesh. It's a good set when you end with, "Hey, I'm gonna go kill myself now." It's a great show when you say that. I took my son. My son's 11. He's never seen me do comedy, and we couldn't find a babysitter. You know what I mean? I'm sick of asking people, "Hey, can you watch my kid?" Sorry, I never call you back or set up plans to do anything else, but can you watch my kid? I got to go do comedy. You can only do that so much before people start saying no, and it's awkward, and you want to slice their ears off, but you can't. So I brought him with me, and I'm like, hey, it'd be fun, kid, if you came on stage and you introduced me. Maybe you do a knock knock joke, knock knock. Who's there? My dad. My dad, who? My dad's fat and he's wobbling up the stage right now. Give it up for Alex Woody. He's something cool, something fun like that. And he goes, no. I said, well, let's play basketball for. He's like, okay. Yeah, I lost. Have you seen me? Jeez, if we did a competition about how many IPAs we can pound and how much Hot Pockets we can devour, I'd probably win. But he's 11, and I don't feel like going to jail. This isn't Europe where kids can drink and smoke. Have you seen those pictures at the soccer games? There's kids pounding beers and sucking on titties, and you're like, oh my God, I wish I grew up in Europe. This is horrible. Fuck my parents. I thought I liked them. I thought you were good parents. Why didn't we raise me in France where I could be a pervert? Acceptable pervert. That's what I meant. I'm dyslexic. It comes out sometimes. Which, by the way, you ever smoke and you're like, okay, I do have, some disabilities. It like heightens them. I feel like I'm actually a pretty decent speaker of a human being. But as soon as oh my God, life's good, life sucks, life's good, life sucks. I'm like, I stink at talking. I stink at thinking. And we're all gonna die. Love weed. Spend $50 on it every other day. Why do I do that? You ever do something you're like, why do I do that? Because you're an addict, stupid. Uh, Schizo Sunday. No, this is a lot of coffee. I get a pound coffee, especially after a night of drinking, and a bomb. Back to that. ADD. This podcast is sponsored by it. So I take the son to the gig. It's packed. It's a brewery, all windows, super bright in the room. That sometimes can be a disaster for a comedy show when it's super bright. And kid doesn't want to go on stage. Well, I'm like, well, I made a whole Facebook post about it, but I guess I got to take that down now. And so he goes on the iPad and headphones. Thank God for that. Best babysitter around. I go up there. I go right after the host. Majority of the crowd is old. I'm talking not super old, like, hey, I just crashed into a bunch of people. Grandma, you shouldn't be driving. You're 96, which my grandma still drives. That's crazy. Actually, I think she doesn't. She hit a Moroccan person the other day. I don't think she has it anymore. So the crowd's about, I want to say 60s, 50s, late 40s, okay? Some plastic surgery. Those people I love because they're just permanently smiling. Like, okay, there she's, I think, enjoying the jokes. Lady, you're drooling, you know? The husbands are always happy, you know. You see these plastic women and their faces look like dolls, but their bodies look like dolls too. Have you ever seen a doll's body? Which, by the way, my son's friend was over, speaking of dolls, and my son's got this stuffed animal of Malawi. You know, he's a Hawaiian guy from a Disney movie. He's got a skirt, right? Hawaiian guys and Scottish people men are the only ones that wear skirts in the world that aren't identified by something other than male. The kid's got the doll, and he lifts up the skirt. And he goes, why doesn't he have a thing? I'm like, he probably got rid of it because everyone's looking up his skirt and looking at it. He put it down. Can I call my mom? Yeah, get the hell out of here. Get out of my house. My son had a friend over. A couple times he went to the bathroom. I didn't hear the sink. I'm like, great, this guy's touching the TV remote, the PlayStation remote, the candy bars with dirty hands, with piss hands, you know? So I was kind of by the bathroom, and when he came out, I said, hey, did you wash your hands? He goes, no. Can you wash them, please? Sure. And he did a quick rinse, and then after that, he goes, I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna call my mom. Yeah, you play by my rules in my house. Anytime he has friends over, kids just gross me out. Anytime he has friends over, when they leave, I'm hand sanitizing and everything. I look like, remember COVID in China when they're spraying people down with the mist and the suits? That's what I look like. I am not getting sick. I'm not catching something, and I don't want pee and poo on my mouth because I touched the controller and you know, picked something out of my teeth. And oh, great, Billy didn't wash his hands, and now Billy's pee's in my mouth. This is fun, America. Back to the gig. ADD sponsorship, my best. Hey, wife, can you take a shower in the middle of a podcast? I want the sound of the water pipes going. Makes this so much better. Already struggling. Hope she didn't hear that. She's a Latina woman. She is scary. So, anyways, back to the gig. If I can ever finish a fucking thought. Frustrated Sundays. I go up there and I eat a fat one. Okay? Just double stuffed in my mouth. People are looking at me like, huh? One lady's talking, whispering to someone else. I'm like, I feel like saying, are you talking about me? For some reason, I was super nervous. Maybe because my son's in the room. Maybe because I haven't been doing that much comedy this week. But forgot all the jokes I wrote. Thanks, brain. The one good news, look at that audio. I got good news and bad news. The good news is I had a back table dying laughing. It was like 20-something-year-olds. They're dying laughing. I'm like, you guys are saving a suicide right now. You guys are. But the rest of the room, I mean, awkward. It was embarrassing. Let me just say, part of comedy sometimes is embarrassing. Thank God my kid had the headphones. You know, he probably had the sound off, was listening, was like, because he looked a little depressed after. I'm like, oh God, you're disappointed. You know, you get off stage and you're like, you just want to get the hell out of there. You know, People are looking at me and then looking down. The worst part of my set is I try to do some crowd work and hey, you Mexican? No, we're not. We're Indian. Oh, God. Awkward. This is fun. No one's laughing but them. You know what I mean? White people feel guilty when the race jokes don't go well. Can we laugh at this? Oh, my ancestors make me feel guilty. Just laugh, motherfucker. But sometimes that's why rooms that are litly are bright sometimes doesn't work because people don't want to laugh, they're embarrassed to laugh or whatever. But I will say this, I think people laugh because I found out later after I left, I'd asked the booker, hey, did anyone do well? And I was praying, he said everyone bombed. But guess what, Daddy? One of them didn't. One of them did really well. And I'm like, what did he do? How did he get the crowd? And the booker goes, I don't know. What do you know? So we want to do a gig soon. Anytime you bomb, the best thing you do is do another gig, redeem yourself. So I'm in redemption mode right now. I got to find a gig. I might have to go to a church this Sunday and just, hey, can I speak about the Bible? And then just go up and do my set. Like, hey, wait a second. They're not going to beat me up. They're Christians, you know? I don't know. I think Christians killed a lot of people too. And molested Catholics. Love ya. Psych. Man, this has been fun. Let me tell you, I'm pumped about this new song we're going to be playing for the podcast. And check out my Instagram, _AlexWittyComedy. I got some gigs coming up. I'll be at Fluid 510 majority of the time this month, which is in Oakland. It's a gay place, but we love the gays. They got a great stage. It's a good show. And we're going to be doing Drake's in Oakland in March. Oh my God, I just looked at my shows. I'm like, really? I don't have any more shows this month? Oh God, we got some shows coming up in March. That's embarrassing. Laughs Unlimited, March 28th. I got a show in April, April 30th at Max in Fairfax. That's going to be a fun show. I'll be doing 30 minutes. But in the meantime, we're going to be getting some more shows. I do have some stuff in the works. Barrel Proof Laugh in Santa Rosa. A date coming soon with that. Call me back, Casey. And then, like I said, Fluid 510. It's a great venue in downtown Oakland, Bay Area, California, if you're listening to this from far away. Love the stage. They do shows Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll be doing a lot of those shows if I can get out of the house. And, you know, we might bump up this podcast to 2 a week. We really need to step it up, and I gotta get the bald message out there. Anyways, I love you guys. Enjoy this great song by E-Live. I'm really digging this song. Wet Summer. Here we go, baby.